Hey there everybody, today I have the Spectre Phantom II. As you can see on the screen there with the specs, $680 is the price for this one. There are other variations, it's dial variations. This one is a sunburst style, there's also a blue sunburst style. And then there are different variations of the dial. They have like a texture going around the outer edge of the dial there. And they're $10 more, $690. So I guess they're a little bit more expensive to make. But this one is obviously a very Genta inspired piece here, a 39mm piece. You do have that integrated bracelet, as you can see. You do also get a leather strap in the box, and it is a leather strap that will fit this. And you get a screwdriver as well, because as you can see here, you do have screws that you could take apart, take the bracelet off for the lugs, and then you can use the leather strap. So it's nice that you have a choice of both. This is a nice crocodile patterned leather strap here, so if you don't like the bracelet. Now beyond that, of course, just like something like an Oris Aquis watch or something like that, or many other brands that do integrated lugs, like obviously an IWC that is similar looking to this. Hint, hint. But, you know, if you want anything else, you're going to have to go custom and, you know, either send it into them or get the exact measurements for it to be custom made for these lugs. So if you're somebody that likes to play around with straps and everything like that, obviously this watch is not going to be for you. This is the STP-1-11 automatic movement. We've talked about that here in the past very many times. You have a very clean dial here. What is interesting to note, and I kind of like how they did it, is you have the two smaller markers here at the 12 and the 6. And then you have that Spectre logo right there, and then you have your date at the 6 o'clock position here. So it evens everything up as far as the size of the markers with those spaces cut out. Nice symmetry going on there. Let's go ahead and give you a close-up look. All right, let's go ahead here, give you a nice close-up look at this dial. You can see it's a very beautiful sunray dial. You just have your Phantom 2 there, your date, your nice applied markers, very, very clean looking dial. One thing that I like is that the screws in the bezel are pretty evenly lined up. Not something you always see when somebody is replicating that design on the bezel. You can see you have a nice finish of brushed and polished here. Vertical brushing on the case, circular brushing on the bezel there. Let's go ahead and give you a look at the side of the case. Finishing and brushing and everything on this is very, very nicely done. Can't say anything bad about that. Give you a look at the bracelet. Now it is a dual deployant, so no, diverse flip lock here, but this is not the type of watch that you would expect that. It does use screws in the bracelet, so that is nice. Go ahead here and give you a look at the case back. You can see they did go ahead and sign the rotor there. So let me put it on my 7.5-inch wrist. As I said, this does use screws to hold the links together. I have a 7.5-inch wrist. Well, okay, seriously. I have a 7.5-inch wrist. Probably I'm going to say fits up to an 8-inch wrist at best. Otherwise, you will need extra links. Or then maybe you would have to switch to the leather strap. But it does look nice here on the wrist at 39mm case. Obviously, this is a very familiar looking style. It is that IWC, that Audemars Piguet, that type of design here that they're homaging. So if you like that look, you'll probably like this. C1 Super Luminova being used here. And as you can see, even with light coming in from the window, it actually does glow very nicely. So they did a good job on Lume, and you can see that the Spectre logo is loomed as well. Something I forgot to mention here, this is 100 meters water resistant, and it does have a screw down crown. So for those of you who like something sporty yet kind of dressy, which is, definitely the category that I think this style falls into. It's sporty, but it's still kind of dressy. Obviously, you could go ahead and put it on that alligator or crocodile style leather strap and would dress it up even more. But for those of you that like that, but do, you don't want 50 meters water resistance, or you definitely like having that screw down crown so you don't have to worry about getting it wet or anything like that, this has it. And, you're looking at under $700 here. And I think that's I think that is a good deal. Obviously, there are always going to be people, because this is an homage style, it's an inspired piece, they think it should be cheaper. No, very, very honest here. This is not a style of watch for me personally. But it's one of those things, I've talked about this many, 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 many times in the past. It's one of those things, just because it's not for me doesn't mean that I don't like it. I like the look of this on somebody else's wrist. On my wrist, it's just not my particular style, at least at this point in time. Who knows what happens in a year or two, because our tastes do change often. But if you want to see more about this, we'll get into it more and a little bit about the brand and everything in the full review. I'll have a link in the description below. We'll take you over to watchreport.com. I'll also, of course, have a link to the Spectre Time website. And if you want to check out more about this watch, you could do that there. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment as well. If you're not subscribed to our channel yet, if this is your first time here, thank you for viewing this video. But go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and then hit that notification bell twice. That way you'll always get notified whenever any of our content goes live. This has been a look at the Spectre Time Phantom II. Thanks for watching. Talk to you on the next one.